How you doing, everyone? Turkey Buzzard here. Hope you're having a good day. 2 weeks ago I put out a video featuring the Overlook Hotel from the movie The Shining. When I did that video, I did it at closing time when there was no one in the hotel. Since then, I've done a lot of work around here, and I decided to make the hotel more like it was later in the movie. So I figured I'd do a quick video to show everybody what I came up with. This is Stuart Ullman's office. He was the general manager of the hotel. It hasn't changed. Now, for anyone who hasn't seen the movie The Shining by Stanley Kubrick, stars Jack Nicholson, and he's going to be caretaker of this hotel. And when they first come here, the hotel is completely normal. But later in the movie, the hotel basically takes on a life of its own and is haunted. And all these dead bodies and ghosts start showing up. So that's what I decided to do, was add some dead bodies and some ghosts to the hotel and make it seem more like it was later in the movie. Now up front here, all I did was add a few dead bodies. It hasn't changed that much. As a matter of fact, the hotel itself hasn't really changed. The big changes came outside. I added a hedge maze, which I will show you later in the video. But anyways, in the movie, to begin with, the hotel's normal, but it starts becoming haunted. Jack is the caretaker, and the hauntings start when his son Danny goes up to room 237 and is attacked by a crazy lady. And of course Jack has to go up there and investigate. He meets the original caretaker of the hotel, Delbert Grady, who killed his wife and two daughters. They were twins. He killed them with an axe and then blew his own brains out with a shotgun. He warns Jack that the cook, Dick Halloran, is on his way to the hotel, and if he gets here, Jack won't be caretaker anymore. So Jack decides to wait for Dick Halloran, and when Dick Halloran shows up, Jack kills him. He buries an axe in his chest. Now, up until that point, the hotel wasn't really that haunted. It was just little things here and there that were happening in the hotel, which gave an indication that the place was a little bit strange. And after a while, Jack started getting aggressive toward Wendy, and she ends up hitting him in the head with a baseball bat and knocking him out. And then she locks him here in a meat freezer. Now the caretaker, Mr. Grady, who's a ghost, lets Jack out of the meat locker and tells Jack that he needs to correct his family, meaning kill them. So Jack basically goes on the warpath. And of course, Wendy starts seeing all these dead bodies laying around here and there, even ghosts. And this is the area where Jack did all of his typing. And of course, there's Wendy. Wendy, I'm home. We're not going to go up there. She's probably going to hit me in the head with a baseball bat because I'm Jack. Or at least my character is. But we'll go in here in the ballroom. And the ballroom's full of ghosts. There's a bartender. He gives Jack all kinds of drinks on the house. And there's Delbert Grady, the original caretaker. Murdered his wife and daughters, killed himself with a shotgun. And of course the place is right full of ghosts having a party. And Jack starts going crazy. He grabs the axe and he starts looking for Wendy and Danny. And he chases them. And they end up hiding in a bathroom. And Wendy puts Danny out the window of the bathroom, but she's too small to fit through. So Jack goes there after her, busts the door down, but she still gets away. Now this hallway up here is where Danny was riding his big wheel, and of course he ran into the twin girls who were ghosts. Now obviously we don't have twin girls in this game, so I had to use the Vault Girls. Now this is room 237. This is where Jack came to investigate and found the naked dead lady. And I considered putting a naked dead lady in here, but if I did, it would have been a ghoul. And I didn't think anybody would want to see a naked dead lady ghoul standing here. So I decided to just go ahead and leave the dead body in the tub. But once Wendy lets Danny out the window, she gets away, and she starts running around the hotel, and she's looking for Danny, and so is Jack. They're both looking for Danny. Jack wants to kill Danny, but Wendy wants to find Danny to protect him. And while she's looking, she comes across a room where there's a weirdo wearing some kind of a Halloween costume. And of course he says, a great party we're having, isn't it, or something like that. But anyways, Danny continues trying to hide from Jack, and he goes outside and goes into the hedge maze to hide from Jack. And Jack ends up going out to the hedge maze to find Danny. So that's what we're going to do. Now I wanted to have it wintertime here, like it is in the movie. I have a wintertime mod, but it's not working for me at the moment. It may be my load order. I'll keep playing with it, but until then, you know, we'll just go ahead and do the video without the snow. But I built the hedge maze, and it was quite a bit of work. It was a challenge. And if I was going to build this hedge maze a piece at a time, it would probably take me a month. So what I did was I downloaded a mod called Copypasta. I want to talk a little bit about that mod for anybody who hasn't heard of it. Copypasta is a mod which allows you to group select a bunch of different objects, maybe a bench and a hedge and a lamp and some other odd and end items. You can group select them all. You can copy them, move to a different position, and paste them. Doing that, I could copy the entire hotel if I wanted to and paste it into a new position and have two hotels exactly alike. The main thing about the Copypasta mod is that it just saves a ton of work, because you can, you know, I built one wall, copied and pasted, copy and pasted, copy and pasted until I had this entire hedge maze, and it just saves so much work. The mod also allows you to tilt objects on any axis, and it also works well with the Place Anywhere mod. So it's a mod well worth looking into, and I will put a link to it in the description. This is a link to the tutorial for the Copypasta mod, so that you can watch the tutorial and decide if it's a mod you would like to work with. This is where they end up in the movie, And obviously Danny gets away and Jack freezes to death. But anyways, with the Copypasta mod, you know, a word of warning, if you're not mechanically inclined or you have problems following directions, you're gonna find Copypasta very confusing. But if you keep working with it until you get used to it, you will find that it's an excellent mod that helps you do a lot of things that you normally couldn't do without it. So recommend the mod highly. Now, building this was very confusing trying to do things inside. I kept getting lost. So what I did was I built a glass floor up in the air over top so I could look down into the maze. And that way I could decide where I wanted to add a wall here or there or whatever. It just made it so much easier because trying to build it from inside of it was just so confusing. But as I said, it was a challenge, and I really loved building that. I had a great time with it. But hopefully you enjoyed watching the video. If you did, please hit that like button. I appreciate it when you do. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. I put out new videos every week. But I want to thank you for watching, and I will see you again next week.